How much revenue do college football conferences make? Imagine a world where college football conferences are like big business giants, generating billions of dollars every year. It might sound surprising, but their income is driven by some pretty straightforward sources. The biggest chunk comes from television and media rights. Networks pay huge sums to broadcast games, especially for the top conferences. For example, the Big Ten Conference signed a 7-year deal worth over $7 billion with Fox, CBS, and NBC starting in 2023. This means each school in the Big Ten can earn up to $90 million annually from these deals alone. The Southeastern Conference, another major league, earned around $140 million in 2024. These media deals are the main reason why some conferences make so much money. Postseason payouts also add to the total revenue. When teams from these conferences make it to bowl games or the college football playoff, they earn extra money. For the upcoming season, teams in the playoff can earn $4 million just for participating. If they advance further, they get more cash. Conferences benefit because they share these payouts among their member schools. Sponsorships and licensing deals with big brands also boost revenue. Companies pay to have their logos on jerseys or to advertise during games. While ticket sales and merchandise bring in money for individual schools, conferences sometimes take a small cut from championship events. Looking at the numbers, the Big Ten led all conferences in 2020 with over $928 million in total revenue. The Southeastern Conference was close behind with around $840 million. By 2025, the Big Ten expects its revenue to jump past $1.2 billion thanks to new media deals and more member schools. The average school in a power conference gets about 12 times more money from conference distributions than schools in lower leagues. For example, in 2022, a school in a power conference might receive over $43 million, compared to just around $6 million in 2020, to 4 schools outside these top leagues. The reason for this big gap is mainly media rights. The Big Ten's media deal is worth more than $7 billion over 7 years, and schools can earn up to $90 million a year from it. Schools are often motivated to switch conferences to get a bigger share of this revenue. When teams do well in postseason games, they bring in extra money for their conferences. This financial boost helps schools invest in better facilities, coaching, and athlete support. But it also creates a divide where wealthier conferences can dominate the sport, leaving smaller schools struggling to keep up. Since 2025, new rules allow schools to share some of their revenue directly with athletes. This is a big change, as athletes will now receive a portion of the profits they help generate. The cap is around $20 million per school, which means athletes could get a share of the money from media deals and sponsorships. This shift is changing how college football operates financially. In the end, conference revenue shapes the entire sport. It influences which schools can compete at the highest level, how much they can spend on their programs, and even which sports they can keep alive. The growing gap between the richest and the rest is a sign of how much money is involved in college football today. Understanding these numbers helps explain why some teams dominate, why conferences expand, and how the business side of college football continues to grow.